we have a workshop on Zero Effect, Zero Defect Z, Industry Awareness by Ms. Archna Sharma, who's the Director, Planning and Development of ASME. I'm requesting Archna ma'am to please come on stage and begin her presentation.
Can I have the presentation on screen? So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for all your enthusiastic participation for the 2 days. Is it okay? So once again, thank you for your enthusiastic participation for all those 2 days of Globalspin Conclave. And the last agenda of this conclave is the workshop on a very important and significant topic, which I personally feel as a quality assurance professional also, that whatever we are doing, the most important thing is how we are doing. So this scheme is, if those who have attended the morning session, you know, we have the our joint secretary, Ms. Mercy Ipao, who has really shared the details of the various schemes of Ministry of MSMEs. So this is one of the another recently launched scheme under the Champion scheme. Okay, so this is called the Z certification, MSME Z certification. So all we know that our Honorable Prime Minister is now focusing a lot to make India a Atma Bharat. And there's a lot of focus and emphasis on the manufacturing sector. So this certification, this Z scheme certification is very, very significant for the manufacturing sector companies, the MSMEs in the manufacturing sector. So if I talk about the textile sector, see all those enterprises who are engaged in the production, for them this scheme is going to be very beneficial. And this scheme, the government of India is really focusing on creating awareness among the MSMEs so that they become the competitive for the global market. So extensive drive for the MSMEs is being conducted all over India about the Z scheme. So before I tell you about the nitty-gritties of the entire Z scheme, so I'll just share about this one. Okay, so what is the vision behind the Z scheme? So Z scheme is basically to motivate the MSMEs to adopt the quality-driven ecosystems. So the vision is to basically improve the MSMEs in the manufacturing sector to improve their system processes and enhance their competitiveness and make them sustainable and transform them as a national and international champion. And here the key element, the most important point for the Z certification is, it is for the enterprises who has got Udyam registration. So this is the eligibility criteria that all the SMEs who wants to apply for this Z scheme, I'm going to elaborate on the benefits when we run through the presentation. They all needs to have this Udyam registration. For those who does not have the Udyam registration, have not got the registration so far, they can go to this udyamregistration.gov.in website and get them registered. So next is basically this, as I said, you know, primarily is for the manufacturing sector. So this Quality Council of India, who is the you know, autonomous body for the government of India, who is really making processes and systems for quality improvement, has devised this Z scheme. And this entire Z certification scheme will be implemented in 2 phases. So first phase, they are focusing on the enterprises and the SMEs in the manufacturing sector only. And in next phase, they will consider it for the service sector. So now it is exclusively for the manufacturing sector. And there are many stakeholders who is involved in this certification sector, the implementation of the entire Z certification awareness drive, which is necessary for the SMEs to improve their competitiveness, efficiency, operational efficiency, and as well as have the added advantages of getting subsidies and financial support from the Ministry of MSMEs. All these schemes and the funding supports that the government is providing for the MSMEs, this certification is gonna give them the edge over the other SMEs. So this is the initiative taken by the Ministry of MSMEs along with the Quality Council of the India, and it is implemented along and in the collaboration with the MSME MDIs, BIS, state governments, financial institution, industry association, and other ministries and departments. Here the industry association, WASME as a global industry association, is the empaneled partner for the generating this awareness about the Z certification. So this is how this entire thing is being executed. So I will very briefly touch upon the features of the Z scheme. So, okay. So basically we have got 3 certification, okay. So bronze, silver and gold. So I will elaborate little later what is bronze, silver and gold. And the another feature is that this is a voluntary certification, you know. It is not mandatory, but at the same time it is recommended because this will make your enterprise, you know, more efficient and more effective and give you the competitive advantage to really represent yourself in the global market, you know. And it is basically a compliance-based model where you will be having the indicators, you know. There are defined parameters of this certification, and as per these 3 levels, bronze, silver and gold. And once you have met those parameters, then you will be given the appropriate certification. And all those who are aware of the ISO certification, various standards for the quality, environment and OSHAs and other certifications, this certification has a inclusion of all those parameters. So those who are going for this Z certification and already had those certification, they will have this simplicity of incorporating this certification in executing the certification. And the best part is that this certification is created to create a commitment among the MSMEs for the sustainability. We all know the world has faced a lot of crises, you know, environmental resource and all that. So how as the SMEs, being the 90% representation of the any private enterprise community in any country, how you really, you know, take care of that, you know. So we see a lot of factories with a lot of irregularities and a lot of challenges in terms of contributing to the pollution and this thing. So this certification will help you to set your processes in a manner where you can really not only get the benefits, but contribute to the sustainability and environment. And the another best part of this is that you get loads of subsidies, you know, whatever SME schemes that we have heard in the first presentation of the Ministry of SMEs, this Z certification will give you added benefit to what you are getting as an SME. So I'll quickly move to this. I have spoken, so I'll skip this. There are 3 certifications, bronze, silver and gold, and it has a mix of different number of parameters that needs to be compliant for this certification. And the process is, you know, although very simple, you know, and the best part is you'll get all the hand holdings. So as the empanel partner for the Z scheme certification, WASME will help you in the registration and the certification process. Above that, you will have the empanel consultant from the QCI who can really help you in incorporating the effective and efficient process and system in your enterprise. So, so it begins with a pledge. As you see, the first element is the pledge. So this pledge is basically that we are committing our enterprise for the sustainability of, you know, this thing. And we are optimizing our processes and our resources to make our SME, you know, competitive for the global market. So Then the pledge, then the undertaking compliances for which you have the support, then the validation is there. So validation, this document upload is there. I'll take you to the process. And then the recommendation for whatever level you have applied for. And then according to that recommendation, you can still further optimize the processes. So these are the parameters that we talk about. So bronze, we have got only 5 parameters. And these parameters, if you see, this is about the leadership, Swachh workplace, occupational safety, measurement of timely delivery, quality management. So see, this talks about the optimization and the documentation of those processes, you know. So quality has this one base understanding that do what you say and document what you say and do what you have documented. So if the enterprises as a production companies, if we have not documented a process, we are bound to face the risk and we are bound to face the challenges. If we have documented our processes very well in advance with these keeping the operational efficiency in mind, then automatically you fulfill those criteria. So those who have already documented these processes, whether it's the human resource management, process control, quality and safety, energy environment, how do you really manage the energy resources? You know, the saving the electricity, resource optimization, and how do you control, take care of the quality control of whatever the production that you are doing. All those parameters is considered. And then the Z bronze will, you have to comply for the 5 parameters. For the Z silver, you will have to comply for the 14 parameters. And for the gold, you will comply with the 20 parameters. So all these details, whatever I'm sharing, it's a huge presentation. So I'll just, for the benefit of everyone, I'll skip few parts because it requires, and everybody knows that. I know that those who are running the enterprises, they know, they understand all these processes. So this is a brief description of all those processes based upon the parameters. So I'll skip. They have just quality management, human resource, product quality safety, material management, supply chain management, risk management, you know, how far we can really foresee and calculate the risk beforehand, you know, and then how we can mitigate those risks, how can we really take the corrective and preventive action to, you know, take care of the risk. All this thing is there. And then as I shared in the beginning, if you are already certified for the ISO different systems, then you get a leverage. So if you have certification of ISO 9001, 5001, so already those parameters are being taken care of as part of those conformity standards. So then, you know, you are already well ahead in the process of the certification. So here comes the main part, the benefits. You know, it has a huge benefit if you go through. I'll run through very briefly, you know, but I would humbly request all of you, all the MSMEs, to really go to their website and understand the benefits. It's huge benefits the government is giving to MSMEs. If they go for the Z certification, you have a huge financial support that you'll get. So the principles, as I mentioned, that it is to basically streamline all your operations, to improve the quality so that you have reduced rejections and so that you have improved ROI, you know. At the same time, you are really supporting and taking care of the environmental and social, you know, issues. And it will definitely give you a competitive edge to really over the other SMEs to pitch into the global and international markets, and you can also seek huge investment. And that all we all know sustainability, we talk about, we have sustainable development agendas, we talk about the responsible enterprises. So responsible, as a responsible enterprises, we need to take care of all those environmental, social and economical aspects. So this certification will help you to have this, this thing. So this talks about the incentives. So this is for those who are applying for the Z certification. So for the micro enterprise, the cost of the certification for the bronze is 10,000, silver is 40,000 and 90,000 for the Z. And the subsidy that is given to for the certification is as per the enterprise structures. So if the micro enterprise, if he goes for the Z bronze certification, he'll get 80% subsidy straight away. Similarly, for the small enterprises, goes for the Z bronze, it will get 60%, subsidy on that cost. And for the medium, it is 50%. And apart from that, this is limited only for 1 year of the launch of the scheme, and most of the time has already gone. So those who want to take the advantage of added 10,000, reward, they can register to this certification as quickly as possible. So apart from that, you have got 5% subsidy on these Fruity and the MSME cluster development program. So we have all heard these schemes in the morning. So you get 5% additional subsidy and the 10% additional subsidy for the women entrepreneurs in the SCSTs and the NER and LWE island territories. Move to the next. Not only these additional subsidies, government is really giving you the incentives to those enterprises who's getting this Z certification, and they'll help you for the preparedness to mitigating the COVID-19 risk, and they will provide you a grade which you can utilize to get the state government financial assistance schemes also. And then this another financial assistance is given, which is also very crucial for all those enterprises in the production line, because you use the machinery which needs calibration, which needs testing certification. So financial assistance is given for those certification costs as well if you have taken the Z certification. So this is kind of a support that you will get if you go for Z certification. So you will get financial assistance of up to 75% or maximum 50,000, whichever is the highest for your testing and product certification and calibration. Okay. Apart from that, the QCI is also having a pool of consultants, empaneled consultants, which you can hire, and they can really provide you that support of up to 2 lakhs for the consultancy for the Z certification for the MSMEs. So those who want to opt for the gold, they can definitely take advantage from this consultancy. And not only that, those SMEs who wants to upgrade their technology from the existing technology, if you have Z certification, you get up to rupees 3 lakhs for technology upgradations, support. And this technology has to be technology which supports the sustainability. So that is again validation by the team of the QCI, the empanel consultant, who will guide you what kind of a technology adoption or the upgradation you can have, and they can provide all those support to you. These are other added incentives. So if you see, we have spoke about the IC scheme, we have spoke of the digital MSME schemes, and there are benefits given under the each scheme. So if you have a Z certification, then see additional 50 lakhs for the bronze, 1 lakh for the silver and gold certificates. So added benefits, incentives government is providing for the Z scheme. So I'll once again reiterate the reason why the government is focusing so much on the Z certification is to really make the MSMEs of India as the prime contributor to the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign, so that they can have this operational efficiency, they can really take care of the environmental protection guidelines, and they can really have increase their ROI, and they can integrate themselves in the global value chain as quickly as possible. So this Z certification is going to help you in that. And apart from that, other departments and ministry that I shared in the beginning, that there are multiple stakeholders who are part of this Z certification scheme. So the banks and the railways and the credit bureaus, they're all going to give you concession and support in terms of logistics, in terms of concession, in terms of, rating mechanisms. So you understand, it's not only one or two benefits, it's multiple benefits one after another that you can avail if you have got just one certification. And the process is very, very simple. I'll take you to the process. You can go to this z.msme.gov.in. This website is there. If you go to Google, just type Z scheme or Z certification. You will get the link. All the benefits and all the details are there about this Z scheme. You can, the registration process and everything, all the details about the scheme is available there. And this DigiLocker, what is the significance of the DigiLocker? At DigiLocker, as I shared, that the purpose of the Z certification is to really take care of the sustainability. So it is, the entire process is paperless. So everything from the online registration to the document submission, everything is online. Even the registration is online. So here, the no wastage of paper, you know. So that's why this, it is there using the DigiLocker. How to apply? So this is something which all of you can go through very, you know, with attention. But at the same time, this information is there in the website also. It will take you to the entire process. So you have to type www.z.msme.gov.in. Once you have that, as I mentioned in the beginning, this is for the MSMEs, those who have got Udyami registration. Okay? For those who have not got Udyami registration, Udyami Aadhaar registration, they have to first register themselves. This is for that registration. You have to go to this site, then you have to write this thing number, registration. If you are new registration, then you have to make the new user. If you have already registered, you'll just write your Udyami Aadhaar number, you know, Udyam registration number, and the mobile number through which you have registered it, the registered mobile number, and it will give you all the information. You know, as you see on your left side, the moment you put the Udyog Aadhaar number, you get the details of the company. Okay? And then you confirm your email ID, and then it will fetch all your data that you have already registered using the Udyam registration site. Okay? And this thing. So this, for example, they have put the Sri G polymers, then the Udyam Aadhaar numbers, so their, you know, is password and this address and this sector and even the subcategory of the products that you are manufacturing. One little point that I missed is that this is for the manufacturing MSMEs. At the same time, those who are manufacturing the part component also. It is not the entire manufacturing. If you are just manufacturing a component who is the part of any production line, that companies also can register and take this Z certification. And then it leads to the pledge. As I mentioned that this is a commitment, and the commitment is like we undertake to confirm the value of zero defect, zero effect. So zero defect is that all our operations are efficient without any defect, you know. And zero effect is we are taking care of this sustainability in our enterprise and ensure that a process shall be environmentally sound and socially responsible with safe and high quality products. We'll give back in every way we can to our people, our community, and to our planet. So this is the commitment, and it is not just when we have a Z certification, our job is done. This is the pledge that we need to carry forward throughout this thing. The moment you register and accept the pledge, you will get this kind of a, at the entire process, you will get this kind of a certification. And then this is the dashboard where you will get what kind of a certifications that you want to opt for. And once you go through the entire certification process, so as I mentioned in the beginning that you have a list of empaneled consultant you can hire. Or if you do not want to hire a consultant, it's a simple, if you start with a bronze certification which has only 5 parameters to comply, then you can do it online, and VASME as a empaneled, you know, this implementing agency will help you in that registration. And in fact, for that matter, our volunteers is also, you know, taking the details from the MSMEs, and requesting for your Udyog Aadhaar registration so that we can guide you. If you have not registered, we can guide you, we can handhold, we can mentor you along with the QCI. That's it. So I hope this Z certification I personally feel is very, very important. Very important. So I have heard, last 2 days I have heard challenges of the MSMEs, no finance, no skills, no gaps are huge, support is less. So if you just go for these conformity compliances, in the process you will learn operation efficiency and you will take advantage, so many financial advantages from the ministry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Archna Sharma, for all the information that has been provided to you for the Z certification. I'm sure that will be very useful to our participants. With that, we come to the end of the 2-day trade conclave by Globalspin. In these 2 days, the event engaged with industry leaders from India and international experts from Russia, Mauritius, UAE, and Nigeria. We hope that it will empower more than 250 plus MSMEs, including artisans, designers, traders, exporters, manufacturers, entrepreneurs, artists, and startups. I now invite Mr. Yash Arya on stage to honor Professor Sunita Vasan of NIFT Chennai.